Hey everyone, I'm standing here in our little bathroom and wardrobe in the hotel, and I wanted to share today a little bit about life as a digital nomad mom. I'm whispering because my little one is sleeping right now. I'm going to show you where he is. There he is. Isn't he cute? And I will take you outside the hotel room and tell you a little bit about what happened here in Chiang Mai, because that's where we are right now. And I am really excited to share this with you because I have met so many great people and have been inspired to simply move on and move forward with our project and the digital nomad lifestyle. So for those of you who don't know, I attended the NOMAD Summit 2020 in Chiang Mai, and I was one of the 7 speakers, and I gave a speech on social media marketing and how to use this to improve your online presence. Since I'm a social media coach, it was a logical topic for me to talk about, but the funny thing is actually mostly people who talked to me afterwards and congratulated me to the successful and interesting speech, they were actually interested in my personal story, because my introduction of the talk was I shared a little bit of my digital nomad story and how I managed to travel with 2 kids and my partner, of course, and everyone was saying, "Hey, this is so amazing! I've never met a digital nomad mom." So today I actually got interviewed by this very successful guy, Jid. He has a podcast, and it's called Inside the Hustler's Brain. And he said, I've done interviews with Gary Vee and Neil Patel, but your story is just so inspiring, because I've never met someone who's traveling with kids and is a digital nomad, and yeah, come on, I want to interview you. So I gave this interview, and this inspired me to do this video, because I think that so many people think that the digital nomad lifestyle is not sustainable and you can only do it if you're a single woman or a single man. And this is simply not true. I mean, I've been traveling since 2011, and I met Claudio, my partner, in 2012. And in 2017, our first son Vincent was born. And now 2019, Nicholas, our second son, was born, and we're still on the road. So how are we doing this? That's the big question everyone is asking. There's so many questions. For example, simple ones: traveling with kids in an airplane on a long distance flight. And I decided to dedicate each one of these questions with one video, and I'm also now very inspired to do my own podcast. Please comment below if you think that is something interesting. But I quickly wanted to answer and most frequently asked questions during this event. So how are we actually making money? And then also, how do we manage to work while we are having our kids 24/7 with us? And so how are we making money? That is the number one question everyone is asking. And that is, in our case, we have multiple income streams. First of all, I'm doing social media consultants. I'm also an editor, copywriter. I have my own blog, jjedder.com. I do have an ebook that sells. And since last year, I'm also a professor at a university in Germany, where I am not physically there, but I do have an online course on social media marketing. So as you can see, there's a lot of things in the air, and that keeps us funding and running. And Claudio, he is a web designer. Well, by profession, he's an engineer, but he picked up some skills and he taught himself web designing and coding. So actually most of our projects we do together. I do the content creation part and the consulting and the client work, and many people ask us to do websites for them, and so we sell the whole package, and we mostly do this together, which is perfect, so we can always know in which stage the other one is working at and who has priority, because that leads me to my second answer to the number 2 burning question: how do we work while we are traveling with our kids? And that is quite simply an everyday struggle, to be honest. It's a challenge, and it requires a lot of discipline and a lot of patience, a lot of communication between us. Like I just said, we always need to know who is on a more time-sensitive project, and then he gets priority. So right now, during this NOMAD Summit here in Chiang Mai, I got all the priority because it was all about me giving this speech and me being out there networking with the people here. So most of the time, Claudio stayed with the kids and was the babysitter. And this is obviously in the next few days and weeks, it's going to change again, and we're balancing out, because this is also very important, so that it's not straining on the one side and the other one feels exhausted. There's a lot of like evaluation in the process, like where you have to feel who's now more frustrated by staying all the time with the kids, because this is also a very important part of being 24/7 with your kids. Like it gets so annoying after a few hours if you think, like in the back of your head you say, oh, I have such a long to-do list and I'm not having the time to do it. I think that's one crucial part, that you're honest with your partner, that you say, okay, now I'm getting to this point where I'm frustrated and then I really need to change, and we swap again. Now it's your time to watch the kids again. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'm sure there are so many more questions. Like I said before, like this video, share it with your friends who are already having a family and who is traveling, or who are thinking of having a family. Let me know in the comments below if you want to hear more about this stuff on this channel. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know as well. And this was it from us here from our hotel in Chiang Mai.